Zeke, congratulations on Billboard.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I saw the trailer, looking forward to screening it. For my fans at home, a bit about what this Billboard is, the synopsis.
Sure. So it's about a struggling radio station that decides to host a billboard sitting contest where 4 people live in a billboard to win a mobile home and $960,000.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's really a story about an underdog and about entrepreneurism and the struggle that we're having today as a society and trying to succeed. It's about the trying to keep the little guy down.
And what's the inspiration behind this story for you?
It's loosely based on an actual Billboard City contest that I recall from my youth.
Okay.
That actually took place in '82, but this is set in current day and plays with media quite a bit as well.
And fantastic cast, Eric, Heather. Can you talk a bit about rounding them up?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So the first person cast was John Robinson, and for Casey for the lead. And then I wanted to build out a very authentic cast that have independent street cred. And so the first person then after that was Heather, and then I got Leo, and then they're basically arch rival. Who else could you ask for but Eric Roberts?
Nice. I want to ask radio contests. I grew up with them too, but
Yeah.
how relevant, how big are they today, do you think, in today's media?
There isn't any, which is sad, actually. It's quite sad. Because I just think also, too, that I think radio really brings back, community. And I think that's something that's lacking in our society today is actually the sense of community. We're all so in touch, but are we really? And I think that's one thing that radio was able to provide was that sense of community.
Can you share experience? Did you ever win one or wait in front of the radio for one?
No, I actually haven't. Now, the only real thing I remember is late at night, doing those shout outs to friends and so forth, and that's kind of the only thing that I really recall. Yeah, although no, that's not true. Yeah. There was a crazy contest where my family owned an amusement park, and so they filled a whole pool with Jell-O, and people had to dive in to get a key that actually started a car. So that was probably the most fun one that I recall. So
that sounds like a creative one.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, I want to ask, as a filmmaker, can you give words of wisdom for my fans who are aspiring filmmakers? What should they look out for?
Look out for, or what should they do?
Either way.
Yeah, the biggest thing is you have to work.
Okay.
Work a lot. I've been working on the same project for 10 years, and it's a matter of perseverance and not giving up and focusing on something and just keep at it. Eventually things will come together. It just takes time.
But budget is always a problem, right?
Yeah, it is. We did a couple of things that are very different than what my peers do. So we were able to actually sell the billboard space within the content that actually drove revenue early on for the project.
I love that. Well, looking forward to it, sir.
Yes,
thank you so much. What is it about Zeke's project that made you want to say, I want to do this billboard?
Well, Billboard's a really cool story. It's a true story.
Yeah.
But the reason that I did Billboard is because the people involved who are making it. And I love Zeke. I think Zeke has a real future. He's a wonderful director and a wonderful guy.
Because this is about radio contests, I was wondering, have you ever had experience winning or maybe waiting by the radio to try to win a contest?
I was a radio guy in high school. I was always trying to be the 10th caller calling in, and I never won a thing. But I always tried, and that was before cell phones. So I had a pay phone staked out for my radio calls. It was on the corner from high school on St. Charles and Piedmont Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's where my phone booth was.
Thank you for sharing. I want to ask also, you've done a lot of big projects, including The Dark Knight. What is it about doing indie project that's close and intimate for you? Like you know what? Sometimes I also got to do indie, not just the big blockbuster ones.
Well, quite frankly, they're all the same to me.
Oh, yeah?
The only real difference is craft service. On Dark Knight, you have real food at craft service. On these things, you have M&Ms. That's the difference for me. Now, there's huge differences behind the scenes because you have your editing process, how much you can spend, how much you can't spend, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff that doesn't affect me. But it's all the same for me. It's all making a movie, having fun, and doing what I'm told.
All right. Before I let you go, I just want to say that as a fan in Asia who grows up watching martial art movies, this year, the 30th anniversary of Best of the Best, I just want to say how influential that movie was for me as a fan. Thank you so much, sir. Heather, congratulations on Billboard.
Thank you very much.
I'm a huge fan of yours, big fan of your activism, big fan of Saved and Princess Diaries. What is it about Zeke's project that makes you say, I want to do Billboard?
I think that this theme is something that's very prevalent in the United States right now. You have a lot of people that are recognizing that the American dream has been just that, a dream. and getting to recognize the reality of being a small business owner and essentially being choked to death with taxes and recessions and the government and corporatization of America, and how what once was the land of prosperity has all but disintegrated.
Is that what draws you like to projects these days? If they have meaning, like well-intentioned meaning, like this one.
That's what always draws me to projects.
Okay.
That's something that I've held steady throughout my career. I'm happy to say.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you also, what's your role? What's your character in this story?
I play a woman who is a DJ and has been with this radio station for years and really is unimpressed with how it's now being run, and my character, I feel, gets to recognize that loyalty doesn't really get you far.
Have you ever won a radio contest or sit by a radio to win a contest before?
I never have, actually. No.
No, this is the first thing. Before I let you go, I want to ask the burning questions that my fans want to know. Anne Hathaway says Princess Diaries 3 is happening. Are you going to come back as Lily for the third one?
As soon as I know, everyone else will know.
Nothing for sure yet?
As soon as I know, everyone else will know.
Well, thank you so much, Heather.
Thank you so much.